Hello and welcome to episode 83 of Comics with Stevey D. And this is the episode of what I've been reading. And what I've been reading is Secret Wars Volume 3 from 2015. Very complex story. And the multiverses collide together, destroying each other's existence. The survivors awaken on Battleworld, a planet composed of fragments of the universes that no longer exist and are maintained by the iron will of its false god and master Victor Von Doom and the Molecule Man, secretly wielding the stolen power of the Beyonders. Doom offered the incursion survivors a chance to surrender. They refused. It's a very complex story. So what had happened is the world is coming to an end and they're throwing a party, and what's really happening is shield agents from the incursion world are trying to destroy our world or this existence, and they fail. Reed Richards is building a life raft from to save his family and about 60 scientists and heroes. And on the other Earth, the other Reed Richards is also building a raft. But that Reed Richards has gone mad. So what happens when the incursion occurs? The electromagnetic forces rip out a section of the life raft that contains Reed Richards' family, his wife and 2 kids, and Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm. And so what Victor Von Doom, I'm going to move books while I'm telling you the story. Here's number 2. What Victor Von Doom does, he wipes out everybody's memory but Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange is the sheriff, and for 8 years they keep a fragmented piece on the battle world, which is filled with zombies, and Doom creates a giant wall to protect the realms that are left, and they are each realm has a baron, either a superhero or a supervillain, and there's the wall right here that Doom has created to keep the zombies out. And Ben Grimm is part of the wall, and because Dr. Doom knew that Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm would cause trouble, so he made Johnny Storm, there was no light on Battleworld, so he made Johnny Storm the sun that rotates Battleworld to give it daylight and nighttime. So that's very unusual. But that's what happened. So the first book was Chip Zdarsky party variant cover, and that was Kevin Nolan, a 1 in 25 retailer variant. And here's issue number 3. And what's unusual is every issue of this 9-book series had goo gobs of variant covers, so I got to pick which is which. Okay, 616 and the Ultimate Universe collide. Dr. Doom uses Molecule Man as a battery to steal the power of the Beyonders. Some of the power of the Beyonders as they leave. The Cabal had a life raft built by the Reed Richards that lost his mind in the other universe. They were in stasis for 8 years and they just woke up. And Dr. Strange went to investigate these life raft people, and then Dr. Doom shows up. He's also inherited the Richards family, Sue Richard and Reed Richards' children, Franklin Richards and I think Valerie Richards. So he's got them thinking that he's their father. And so it's so complex and it's hard to explain. So let's move books. And so ultimately it's going to be a showdown between Richards and Victor Von Doom. And Alex Ross is the artist on the primary covers, and there was a ton of artists on the variant covers. And I think this is an Alex Ross cover. Is this issue 4? Yes, this is an Alex Ross cover here. And that's one of my favorite ones. And so they're going along, and because when Victor Von Doom shows up, he was going to kill all of these people in the life raft, on the good life raft. So Dr. Strange scatters them to the corners of Battle World. So Dr. Doom punishes Dr. Strange by killing him. They were friends, and they were keeping it all together until the life raft showed, and he didn't want his version of existence to change, but he knew it would when Reed Richards came into the picture. So that was issue number 4. That's kind of a cool cover. And you can see Richards' family. There's Franklin, and he controls Galactus, who's guarding Castle Doom, which is the headquarters of everything on Battle World. And there's Sue and Valerie. She's the head of the science division. And there's Doctor Strange in his uniform. Okay, and here's number 5. Here's one of my favorite covers. And this is Jonathan Hickman cover. And it shows the Black Panther and the Submariner. Before the incursion, the Submariner and the Black Panther's kingdoms were at war with each other. So they were on one of the rafts together. So they had to make a peace. And they gathered a couple magical artifacts. One was a transporter, and the other one was the Infinity Gauntlet, which the Black Panther took. So, see how the story is complex and getting more complex all the time. Here's number 6 is another Alex Ross cover, and it's a very complex cover. So Molecule Man's kind of in a white room like in 2001: A Space Odyssey, tucked away where nobody knows where he's at, powering everything, giving Dr. Doom the power to be omnipotent. And so only him and Strange know he's there. But later on, Spider-Man, Miles Morales from one universe, he's a good guy, and Peter Parker from the other universe is a good guy. They come together, and they run into Valerie Richards, which they knew from comic books, I guess, their relationship, and all these stories that they were involved in prior to the worlds colliding. Ended up in there, and there's a little comedy in this. But the last 3 issues, were the action figure variants I picked. There's Magneto, And I paid extra for this one, a few dollars extra than the other ones, because it's a Dr. Doom action figure variant. So if you ever see that in the wild and it costs a little more, it's because he's the big goody baddie in this one. His character is still the Victor Von Doom, rules with an iron fist kind of guy, but also saved all the remnants of humanity that he could, with the worlds destroying each other. And he saved all the fragments of humanity he could and put them on Battle World, and he's keeping it together with the leftover power of the Beyonders stored up in Molecule Man. Sounds like a soap opera, doesn't it? Well, it's intense. So finally, there's the big showdown where one Reed Richards does dirty on the other Reed Richards, and then Doom and the good Reed Richards end up in the White Room with the Molecule Man, but Dr. Doom and Reed Richards are made equal by the Molecule Man. So they do battle. But they come to blows. And what happens is things are returned to normal, because as you remember in Heroes Return, how Franklin Richards put everybody in a bubble universe to save everybody and bring them back, and they lived in an alternate reality for a while. Well, what's happening is Franklin Richards is making bubble universes, and they're slicing off a hunk of Molecule Man, which all the hunks of Molecule Man were put into one Molecule Man, making him strong enough to be a battery for the Beyonders, and sending them off into the universe to make a new universe. And they're not going to be the Fantastic Four anymore. What do I call you now? And Reed Richards says, Dad. And Reed Richards doesn't kill. They're all happy. It's a happy ending. I wasn't really thrilled with the ending of the story, but they had to end it. And in an early part, there's the universe that Franklin, he can create that with his Fantastic Four genes. And his father has the omnipotent power, and he's putting all the fragments of Doom World into their own, creating their own new little universe. And there's Dr. Doom, and he gets to go back to his being the king of his kingdom. But he also has a happy ending, because Reed Richards gives him a facelift. In one of these issues, it shows him with his mask off with the horrible disfiguration. So it has a happy ending. The story's good. And then it has a sloppy ending. But it was still a good read, and I recommend it. Artwork was good. But they could have used a few more issues to give it a better ending. That's the only fault I can find in this. And besides all the convoluted soap opera there was, it was a pretty good thing. But when you involve all the superheroes in all the universes rolled into one planet, it's going to be a complex storyline. So I hope I explained it with some minuscule sensibility, where I made sense out of the thing. If not, leave me a comment and tell me where I got it wrong, because I'm sure I got it wrong in a few places. So with that, I wish you happy comic book hunting and have a great day. My next read is The Ultimates, the first series. So I just collected all of them. Take care.